Primestor is focused on urban development and ground-up construction, mostly in minorities serving African American and Latino communities. In this way, the firm is bringing tax credits and job creation to these neighborhoods. In this segment, CEO and co-founder Arturo Sneider shares the firm's development and investment plans and how the Hispanic consumer is evolving.
The greatest opportunity is in the Latino communities because it's still an underserved market. It's still a market that is missing a lot of retailers, national brands, and we feel strongly that that's what's missing in those communities, and certainly we have the track record for that. When we started in the mid-'80s and early '90s, it was basically zero interest. No national retailer was interested in these markets at all, mostly out of a lack of understanding of the consumer and the data that was available. The 1990 census came out, the 2000 census came out, and every 10 years you could see that you couldn't ignore the sector. Now by 2040 approximately there'll be 30% of the population, so you really can't avoid it, and retailers are becoming better and understanding that market and more sophisticated in their analysis of what it would take to be there and operate there. I'd say it is doable now as opposed to when we started, which was basically a labor of love and maybe a little bit of insanity. In California, we have a lot of opportunity again in the low-income communities, primarily in Latino neighborhoods. So we're very focused in LA County, Kern County, Ventura County, ground-up projects. A lot of purchasing and repositioning in Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Reno. And we're doing probably close to $1 billion over the next 2 years of new development and or acquisition in those markets. Short term, I think that we will be raising our second private equity fund. We right now have 2 pension funds. We have our first private equity fund that has been fully invested. So our second private equity fund will be focusing on ground up and opportunistic deals, major repositionings, expanding our portfolio in the states that we're active in. We probably will add 1 or 2 new markets there. And we will be doing a couple of larger scale projects. So we've got a couple of really significant regional sites in the works right now. So, I mean, Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall is one of the most centrally located indoor regional malls in Los Angeles. It's close to 1 million square feet. For the next few years, we'll be focused on continuing to upgrade the quality of the retailers that are there. We continue bringing in national brands at a higher level, but also boutique tenants that serve a unique niche purpose, where it's not just your typical indoor mall, because we're really looking for an experiential opportunity. Well, you know, today, the growth in the Latino market is actually more by birth in this country than by immigration. Right, so that's a huge change. And you're getting English dominant, in some cases English only Latino families. And they're looking for the full experience of shopping for groceries for the kind of food that they grew up with, and then going in the same day in the same shopping center to Chipotle to eat Mexican food that I would never have expected. Right? So Chipotle is not what I would consider traditional, typical Mexican food. They do an amazing job as a company, and our young Latino population is asking us and embracing that kind of world. Well, our strategy, we're very close to our tenants. We work actually much more with marketing and merchandising and COOs than we do with the real estate department. And we're a resource nationally to most of the big brands in their Hispanic strategy and helping them develop the strategy, helping them with merchandise and even staffing. We go to their headquarters. I travel all year long going to board meetings and real estate committee meetings and marketing and merchandising meetings to help them understand where the market has shown success and failure and where they can place their brand in a unique setting within the Latino market. Culture is fundamental to an organization because it's the collaboration of people working together, feeling good about what they're doing and understanding why it's transcendental to the communities. We're so close to those neighborhoods that I think it has to permeate through the organization, and without culture, you can't have success. I think that's critical. If you don't get culture right, you can't have business right.
Retail TV is brought to you by Ferris Lee Investments, the largest retail investment advisory firm in the nation.